Before you spend your hard-earned money on a new thermal printer, you really need to know what the spec sheets aren't saying out loud. Look, I spent hours deep diving into the 203 dpi resolution data and the specific connectivity limitations reported by real buyers just to give you the actual verdict on this device. Welcome to Tech Verdict Central. We're the explainer series that chews through the specs and does all the heavy lifting of research so you can buy better and, most importantly, without regrets. Today, we're locking our analytical lens strictly on the KNAON Bluetooth Thermal Shipping Label Printer 4x6 for small business.
Our whole philosophy here is pretty simple, honestly. We look at the real, hard data before you spend a single dime. We've spent hours tearing apart the manual, analyzing the factory specs, and then cross-referencing all of that with real, documented buyer reports. The goal? To completely deconstruct the value proposition of this compact pink label printer. We want you to know exactly what it can do and what it absolutely cannot do before it ever lands on your desk.
Now, I want to be 100% transparent with you about how we do things. This is a purely technical research breakdown. You are not going to see a glossy, highly edited physical unboxing here, no cinematic shots of peeling plastic off a shiny new device, no random hands-on lab tests that just distract from the core facts. Instead, we turn that lack of physical fluff into our ultimate research authority. By focusing strictly on the curated data, we cut right through the marketing hype to give you the unvarnished, objective truth about both the hardware and the software.
Oh, and to make your life just a little bit easier right out of the gate, if you've already done your research on this model and you literally just want to secure the lowest price from a reliable seller, the official and safe affiliate link is right down there in the description. We always make sure to track down the best current data for that. Okay, with that out of the way, let's jump straight into the technical data and see what this machine is actually made of. All right, let's pop the hood and look at the factory specifications to find the true DNA of this KNAON printer. It uses high-speed, direct thermal technology. It pushes out prints at 150 millimeters per second with a crisp 203 dpi resolution. Basically, it uses a specialized printhead to heat-activate treated paper, meaning zero traditional ink cartridges required ever. For connectivity, it runs on Bluetooth 4.0 for wireless operation, and as for the design, well, it's a compact pink plastic housing. But what the data actually reveals is that this 1.5-pound plastic build is surprisingly robust. It's purposefully built to handle everyday wear and tear and even accidental drops without feeling cheap or fragile. Plus, it ships with 10 test sheets right in the box, which is a nice touch. So how do all these specs actually translate to your real-world day-to-day workflow? Well, it is highly optimized for a very specific job, rapidly spitting out 4x6 shipping labels, receipts, and barcodes. And because of that 150 millimeter per second thermal speed, those labels come out quick and completely smudge-proof. On top of that, its compact footprint means it just tucks right into the corner of a desk without taking over your whole workspace. It's genuinely portable for a home, office, or small business setup, and it lets you seamlessly print straight from a smartphone or tablet. No need to be chained to a desktop computer.
And that brings us to the brand's primary promised technical differentiator: the seamless, cable-free connection. In the budget-friendly thermal printer market, finding reliable Bluetooth 4.0 connectivity that actually lets you print labels on the go, that is a huge selling point. KNAON is positioning this model as an accessible entry point exactly because it promises to eliminate the friction of USB cables and messy computer setups. It is aiming squarely at mobile-first users who run their entire operation from a tablet or a smartphone.
But before you get completely sold on all this wireless convenience, we really need to ask, what exactly is the spec sheet hiding? Well, in a bit, I'm going to show you a specific detail regarding the app interface that could completely change your buying decision. It's a limitation that the glossy marketing bullet points definitely gloss over, and it's absolutely essential you know about it before making a commitment. Okay, let's pivot to our objective analysis and build out the complete picture here. We are going to weigh the honest pros, the stuff that actually works and delivers on its promises, directly against the critical cons that you absolutely must consider before swiping that credit card.
Starting with the pros, what stood out the most to us in the technical specs is the dependable output. For a budget model, it genuinely delivers consistent 203 dpi labels, and it does it efficiently. We also really have to highlight that drop-resistant robust plastic build. It's reassuringly lightweight, but it doesn't feel cheap at all, making it truly portable. And hey, those 10 included test sheets we mentioned? They are a massive pro. They let you set up and test the printer's capabilities instantly, without having to drop money on paper right away. It's just a really practical way to get going.
But here is the critical point you need to know. Looking at the cons, the data clearly shows this printer fundamentally lacks high-volume printing capacity. If you're printing hundreds of labels every single day, this machine simply isn't built with the heat dissipation required for that kind of heavy, continuous load. Also, remember that hidden detail I teased a minute ago? Yeah, it's the mobile app interface. While it is totally functional for basic tasks, buyer reports consistently flag that it's pretty clunky and really lacks the customization depth you might want for formatting labels precisely. Finally, while 203 dpi is totally standard for shipping labels, it just isn't going to give you high-resolution, ultra-crisp graphical output for things like intricate logos. It's highly practical for sure, but it is not a powerhouse.
Which brings us to the ideal buyer profile. Who is this actually worth it for? Based on the specs and those limitations we just talked about, this printer is laser-targeted at Etsy sellers, Shopify merchants, and small home office users who just need a reliable, efficient thermal label printer for their daily shipping and receipts. It's an excellent fit if you want that cable-free convenience without a massive upfront investment. On the flip side, if you are a heavy, high-volume user who needs ultra-fast batch performance or super intricate label formatting, honestly, buying this would be a waste of your money. You'd outgrow its capabilities way too fast.
All right, time for the final verdict. Is it worth it? Weighing that real-world 150 millimeters per second performance against the budget-friendly pricing, our verdict is a confident yes, but strictly for those specific workflows we just mentioned. It offers a really dependable value that perfectly matches its practical ambitions. You get the major pro of wireless, high-speed thermal printing in a durable package as long as you're okay with the main con of a slightly unpolished app and the lack of high-volume capacity. Now, if the specs of this product make sense for your specific needs, remember that the safe, discounted link straight from Amazon is waiting for you down below in the description and the pinned comment.
To wrap this explainer up, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. Does your daily shipping volume actually match these technical specs? Take a hard, objective look at your own business right now. Are you sending out a dozen packages a week or 100 a day? Let the data we've curated today guide your decision, not the marketing hype. Evaluate your needs carefully, happy shopping, and we will see you in the next explainer.